Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a crash course on how to charge your EVs in Singapore. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because when I first got my EV, there wasn't really a concrete guide for me to watch. And for me, I'm very OCD, I'm very organized. I like to plan things before I get my car, how things are going to go. I want to download all the apps that I need to so that I make the whole transition to EV very smooth. So and I want to know the exact process and any tips and tricks in the EV space before I got my car, and there just wasn't any concrete guide out there for me to reference. So I'm just going to do this so that in the future, EV is something that's inevitable. So feel free to come back to this video when you guys make the transition from ICE to EVs. So without further ado, let me just run you through what I'm going to cover today. Table of contents as follows. I'll first touch on what's the difference between AC and DC charging. Then next I'll talk about the difference between charging your car and pumping petrol. How convenient or inconvenient is it really? Okay, and then I'll talk about the entire 4-step EV charging process from start to end with videos, with photos, with all my tips and tricks. Then I'll talk about where you can find the over 108 free EV chargers in Singapore. Then I'll end it off with some EV tips and tricks. Okay, so before we start, I'm just going to spend the next 2-3 minutes running through a Telegram group that I created. It's called SG EV Owners, for short it's SGEVO. I actually created this more for myself than anything. I didn't create it with the intention in mind to open it to public. I created it more so to satiate my OCD needs, and I'm a very organized person, so when I want to learn about something, I want to organize everything nicely. So Telegram group, for those of you who don't know, you can create multiple subgroups, or as they call it, topics. I'm just gonna call it subgroups because it sounds better. Anyway, in order to aid my learning about the EV space, I created this group and I've broken it down into 5 different groups. So one is general. That actually was something I created at the very end. So the first one I created was EV news. So EV news, it's more so for myself. Let me just show you. Yeah, so it's more so for myself to post all the articles that I've read or I think are interesting, that if people ask me next time, I can just forward it to them. So these are things that, free charging. There are 63 public chargers, 45 private chargers, when this campaign starts, when it ends, all the nitty-gritty details. I sent it into this group just for myself to reference. If I'm learning it, might as well just share it with everyone else because EV is an inevitability. We're all going to switch from ICE to EV at some point in the future, so I thought might as well just open this group to public. Right, so I also have EV tips and tricks, which I have converted what I'm saying at the end of today's video into text for you guys to reference next time. So I'll touch on that later. The EV troubleshooting is more for very commonly faced problems in the EV space. You guys can just discuss it here. Then EV charging network, which I know there are apps out there which I will cover later on in the video, like apps like PlugShare. PlugShare essentially allows you to see the entire Singapore, not just Singapore, it's a global app. So you can see in that country how many chargers there are, what chargers, exactly what company, how many kilowatt this particular charger has. But it doesn't show me things like how many reserved EV lots in this particular mall. So I want to know if I visit like a random mall that I've never been to, like maybe City Square Mall. The first time I went there, I was looking for a reserved EV lot because it was so full. So I thought maybe I can try my luck with the reserved EV lots. But no app shows that as of now. Okay, maybe at this point of time when you're watching the video, maybe it's 6 months later, 1 year later, I don't know, someone had created an app. But like I said, I created this more so for myself to refer to, not so much for the public. So feel free, if you want to join, please go ahead, join. If you don't want to, non-obligatory. I'm not looking to monetize this or anything. I'm just using this to really facilitate my own learning. And on the side, if you guys want to learn alongside with me, why not? Right. Another thing I created this particular group or subgroup for is because things like this. I recently went to Orchard Hotel for an event, and nobody told me. The PlugShare group, the PlugShare app does have images. I took this from PlugShare, but they didn't tell me that this particular pipe had been leaking for weeks. So this pipe, this pipe was leaking, and it leaked onto my car, and it was this particular, I don't know what it was leaking, some liquid it's very hard to clean off my car. So I just decided to let you guys know exactly what the issues are at each charging station that I've been to, whatever is working, whatever is not working. Yeah, so anyway, I'm just gonna move back to the slides before I start digressing too much, which I always tend to do. Okay, first and foremost, what is the difference between AC and DC charging? Okay, so AC stands for alternating current. You have level 1, level 2 and level 3 chargers. So let me just share with you what's level 1. Level 1 chargers are rarely used. Okay, there are 3-pin plug chargers. The same sockets that you will use to charge your iPhone, MacBook, all these small appliances, okay? But a car is huge, it's way bigger. So using a 3-pin plug is gonna take forever to charge your car. So you can see a full charge using a 3-pin plug charger is between 40 to 50 hours. Full charge usually between 10 to 90%. We don't go below 10, we don't go above 90% to preserve the lifespan of the battery. Okay, so level 1, it supplies between 1 to 2 kilowatts. You rarely see this. This is more for emergencies. Okay, the next one is a level 2 charger, supplies between 5 to 22 kilowatts. These are very commonly found in landed properties. So home chargers, a full charge is typically between 6 to 8 hours. And I know you're thinking 6 to 8 hours, that's damn long. You need to understand what's the purpose of a home charger. It's mainly for you to charge overnight, which is why if you get home from work maybe 7, 8 p.m, you leave it overnight. By around 3 a.m, it should be already fully, even sometimes 2, 3 a.m, it should be fully charged already. And the thing is, if you're charging every day, you realize that you're not charging from 10 to 90, 10 to 90, 10 to 90% every single day. In a day, you spend maybe 10, 15%. Maybe if you travel a lot, 20%. You won't take the whole 8 hours to charge it. So typically, it really depends. But don't be shocked seeing this, 6 to 8 hour full charge. It's not actually, you don't charge 6 to 8 hours every single day. Okay, so the next form of level 2 charger is found in malls or offices, just basically anywhere in public. These are also considered AC chargers. So a full charge is between 3 to 5 hours. It's between 22 to 49 kilowatts. There are also a lot of level 2 chargers, that are 5 to 22 kilowatts. Like I said, in homes, in public as well. So 5 to 22 kilowatt chargers are not only for homes. They are seen in public as well. Okay, it's just that more often than not you will see in homes. So next, you move on to DC charging, which is direct current. All DC chargers are all level 3 chargers. Okay, so you have smaller DC chargers. These supply between 50 to 100 kilowatts. Full charge, less than 60 minutes easily. The next you have, these are also going to be level 3 chargers, but they are going to be the larger DC chargers that full charge is between 30 to 45 minutes. And then you have our Tesla superchargers, which are crazy fast. They're less than 45 minutes. Okay, sometimes it's still between the range of 30 to 45 minutes and it's between 150 to 250 kilowatts. So I'm not going to go too in-depth or too in detail and bore you guys with the specifics, but why I say it still ranges between 30 to 45 minutes is because every car will have a certain cap that they cannot receive power above. So certain cars you cannot receive above 150 kilowatts. So it doesn't make sense for you to be charging at a 250 kilowatt charger. You going to a 150 kilowatt charger and a 250 kilowatt charger makes no difference. It's going to charge in the same amount of time. Next, I would like to talk about how convenient or inconvenient is it to be charging your car as compared to pumping petrol. So a lot of people think, DC chargers, even the fast or turbo chargers, take between 30 to 45 minutes to charge. That is pretty long, isn't it? I'm not gonna be spending 45 minutes waiting in my car when I can just go to a petrol station and spend 5 minutes at the Shell station. Okay, what people don't realize is that charging your car, it becomes more of a by the way thing. It's more of you integrate it into your daily routine. So I give you an example. When I go for lunch at, say, Orchard Central, I go and charge my car. If I'm there for that half an hour, Orchard Central's chargers are all DC turbo chargers. They are really quick. So within half an hour, I'm more than done. And there's no way lunch or dinner at any mall in Singapore is gonna be faster than half an hour. You're gonna have to wait for at least 45 minutes to an hour because Singapore is just that crowded. Most malls that you go to, most places or car parks that you go to, there will be chargers. So it's more of a by the way. If I'm going here for grocery shopping, I see a free charger, I'm just gonna use it. I don't necessarily have to wait till it's 10% battery, then I charge to 90%. So in actuality, I'm saving time because I don't have to spend that 10 minutes at a petrol station, once a week. So I save on that 10 minutes a week, which is around 40 minutes a month, which is around 520 minutes a year, which works out to be around 8 to 9 hours that I've saved in a year. Yeah, it's not a lot, But if you're talking about, oh, it's very inconvenient, I have to waste my time doing doing nothing in the car for 45 minutes, that's a misconception that I just wanted to clarify. Okay, so next I want to cover the 4-step EV charging process from step 1 all the way to step 4, the nitty-gritty details, every single thing inside, just for you guys to understand how it works. Okay, so step 1, you want to download all the EV related mobile apps. You don't want to go to the station, waste your time standing there downloading, creating an account, and what if the connection is bad? You're screwed. You're going to be waiting there for 10-15 minutes. So I'd rather you set up everything beforehand. You go there, you just scan, done. Okay, so first is downloading all the EV related apps. The second one is identifying 2 to 3 chargers near your house and near your office. The next one is to check the availability of chargers before heading over. The next one is really just to park and charge. That's pretty much it. Okay, so the first step, EV apps that you want to download. These are all the EV apps. Feel free to screenshot, go and download all in your own free time. Go and create accounts for each of these. For me, I pretty much use PlugShare, SP Group, and Charge Plus, these 3. Everything else like Shell Recharge, CDG-NG, and Juice Plus, I have never used it yet. I'm sure that I will use it at some point in the future. PlugShare is really more of an app to see which mall has chargers. You can see, oh, okay, I'm going to Ang Mo Kio Hub later. I want to see in the vicinity, are there any chargers? SP Group is really just to charge, is to facilitate charging at SP Group chargers. Charge Plus, Shell Recharge, CDG-NG, and Juice Plus are to facilitate the charging at the respective chargers. Okay, step 2, you want to identify 3 chargers near your home and 3 chargers near your office. It's pretty straightforward. Just use the PlugShare app. I'm gonna show it on screen right now. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, okay. So let's say essentially it shows you all the chargers across Singapore and even Malaysia if you go there. Anywhere, it's a global app. Okay, so let's just zoom in and see, for example, okay, Republic Plaza. I frequent there because of Tower Club, so I know that yeah, they have a blue charge there, which is basically Blue SG, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so this app essentially shows you the different images of how the lots look like. It shows you location, it shows you fees per hour, but the thing is, it doesn't show you parking, right? Which is why you need to join the SGEVO group. Okay, anyway, just saying, I mean, that's why I created the group, right? It's more so for myself to know that, okay, if I'm gonna charge here, I'm gonna pay this amount of parking, then or let's say charging is free because of this Schneider Electric promotion. If I'm gonna park there and pay exorbitant prices for the fees, for the parking fees, then it doesn't make sense. Okay, so that's how you identify chargers near your home or basically anywhere lah, right? The next step is pretty simple. Step 3 is just to check the availability of the chargers. So people always think that, oh, this is only available in Teslas. Actually, it's not. So in non-Tesla cars, like I said, I only use SP Group and Charge Plus because they're pretty much all over Singapore. So to give you an example, okay, for SP Group, you click onto EV charging. It shows you can see here, it says available / total. Meaning to say, okay, for Funan, I have bookmarked it, I have favorited it because I always go there very often because it's very near office. So you can see that it says AC22, 1 out of 4. What that means, okay, what that means is that there's 1 charger available and there are 3 chargers that are currently being used. And for DC 100 kilowatt basically, nobody's using it at all. Why? Okay, because you can see here it says 64 cents per kilowatt hour for DC charging and it's 0 cents. It's free for the AC22, and the reason why is because Schneider Electric is having their it's a promotional campaign for the next 6 months from April to September, where they're giving out 120,000 kilowatt hours worth of electricity. So there are over 100 chargers across Singapore with free charging. So Funan is just one of them. Okay, but that's for SP Group. Okay, so now you're going to Charge Plus, pretty much the same thing. Okay, I'll show you an example. So for Charge Plus, let's say, okay, this is what, St. Regis. Yeah, okay, click into St. Regis. It will show you, you see, there are these green dots on the left side. The green dots on the left side signify whether they are available or not available. So you can click charger status here and it will show you. Okay, green means available, grey means not available, means someone's using it, and red means that the guy has fully charged it for over an hour. So it gives you a rough idea, maybe the guy's coming back soon. Yeah, so these are essentially how you can check the availability of your chargers before heading over, so you can really plan your route, mentally prep. Okay, if I'm gonna go here and it's not available, then maybe I'll go to plan B. Something like that. Okay, so that being said, the next and last step, step 4, is really just to head over and park and charge your car. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through step by step. After you park your car, first thing you do, get out, you open the flap, we call it, that's a fuel cap, now it's called charging cap. Head over to the charging station, okay, take this particular take the head, yeah, correct, forgot the word for a moment. Take the head, and then yeah, sorry, I was holding it in one hand, so it's a bit tough. Then you can just kind of plug it in, and it should change from white to yellow. At least my car, it does, like changes from white to yellow, meaning to say that it's ready to initiate charging. Okay, but it hasn't initiated yet, it's ready. Okay, so once it's yellow and it's fully in, make sure it's fully in and not halfway in. If not, it won't initiate charging when you press start. Make sure it's all the way in. Then next you head over to the charger and just go and scan the QR code with the app itself, be it SP Group or Charge Plus. Then just wait a moment, it will turn green. Okay, the yellow light will turn green. Okay, and if it doesn't turn green, please don't leave. Make sure it turns green, then you leave. Okay, because there are instances where people think they swipe to start and then they just walk off. No, sometimes there might be errors that occur. So that is for starting or initiating the charging process. Go for your lunch, go for dinner, grocery shopping, then you come back. Once you're back, how do you stop charging the car? Simple. Just go and press the button on the side of your charger. Okay, at least my car has it, not sure about yours. You press the button, or you can always swipe to stop on the app itself. I prefer to just press it, it automatically stops. Hang the charger back, and please take care of these chargers, okay? EV infrastructure in Singapore already is not that great, so we want to make sure that our EV chargers are well taken care of. So yes, please recap. Okay, if they come with a cap, go and cap it back so that dust doesn't get in, doesn't get wet. Lizards don't go in and shit there. Okay, please take care of our chargers. So what goes around comes around, right? So anyway, that brings me to the end of the 4-step charging process. Pretty in-depth, just to let you guys have a rough idea. Maybe you guys are very OCD like me, you want to prep before you go for your first charge. Okay, so hope that helped out. Next, I'm going to touch on, very quickly, I'm going to touch on the 108 free EV chargers in Singapore. Okay, this is an entire document, an entire PDF on Schneider Electric's Golden Jubilee celebration, where they are giving out 120,000 kilowatt hours worth of free electricity between 1st April and 30th September 2023, whichever is earlier. This entire PDF is located in my Telegram group. So y'all want to download the document, go and join the group, and then go and read it yourself. You can reference it yourself. Not going to dive too much into this. Okay, going back into the slides, there are also other free EV chargers that are not part of Schneider Electric's promotional campaign. Shown them on screen here. I actually took this screenshot from GetGo SG, if I'm not wrong, their website, so feel free to check it out. I'll leave the link in the description. Okay, so lastly, we're going to come to our EV tips and tricks. I'm going to kind of speed run through this because I think we have 20 tips. I don't want this video to be more than 20 minutes. It's way too long. Okay, so the first one is not so much a tip, but it's more of to give you a rough idea if you're considering making the switch from ICE to EV. In my car, I used to drive a 2022 CLA 180. 1 month of petrol is around $334, and public chargers for EV is around $210. It actually can be slightly cheaper. It's just that I keep driving very spiritedly, so it essentially means that I'm wasting a lot of electricity flying down the highways. Okay, I'm not illegally flying down the highways at 90 km per hour. Okay, but anyway, that's public charging. If you have a private charging, basically landed property, it's much cheaper at $50 to $60 a month. Okay, next, like I said, identify 2 to 3 chargers. Some of the things that I share here might overlap with what I previously shared, but this is more for people who skip the entire video just to come to this section. So I'm just going to reiterate again. Identify 2 to 3 EV chargers near your home and office as plan A, plan B, plan C. Okay, next one is to incorporate charging into your daily routine. Make it a more by the way thing rather than oh, I need to charge now at 10%, so I'm going to find a charger. Make it more of a, since I'm here for lunch, might as well I just charge my car. It might only be 10% charge, 15% charge, but it's okay. Just charge your car whenever you get the chance to. Okay, you can check the availabilities of chargers via the mobile app. If you guys skip the video and you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm not going to elaborate on it again. Go back into the chapters where I was talking about, I think it's step 2 or step 3, where I was talking about I think it's step 3 of the EV charging process. Refer back to that if you missed out that part. Okay, read all instructions carefully, okay, because the same brand chargers can have different instructions. I'll give you an example. When I was at Republic Plaza, there was this particular charger, SP Group. Okay, I've used SP Group so many times and it's very simple. You go there, you scan the QR code, and that's about it. It initiates charging. Okay, but this particular SP Group charger at Republic Plaza, 9th floor, you actually have to press this blinking green button after you scan. So you scan the QR code and you still need to go to the site and press the green button, and then it will initiate charging. I had no idea. Nobody told me. Well, actually, okay, I was with someone and that someone said, maybe you want to try pressing the green button. And I was like, no, definitely not. I charged the SB group so many times. Definitely you don't have to press the green blinking button. And then I waited 10-15 minutes and I was like, I'm just going to try pressing a green blinking button, and I pressed it and it started charging. Okay, so read the instructions. Actually, the first page, actually, it did say like I need to press the green blinking charger. Next one is you don't have to wait until it fully charges, until 90% battery on the dot. Okay, charging speeds are not linear. At the very low state of charge, which basically means your percentage battery, okay, at like 10-15%, it charges relatively quickly. But once it hits to maybe 75 to 85%, it starts to charge very, very slowly. So you don't have to wait to 90%. If you're done with your errands, just go. Okay, next, always exercise good charging etiquette. Okay, if your car is at 85-86% battery, and you see that there are 5 chargers and 4 are being used and there's only 1 left and it's a very, very busy mall, don't use it lah. I mean, as much as I say, charge it whenever you can. If you're almost full, the extra 4% is not gonna do you that much good, right? Someone else might really need the chargers. And good charging etiquette also encompasses taking care of the goddamn chargers, okay? You want to take care of it, because if it's spoiled, then how are we gonna use it, right? So next, AC chargers at HDBs and offices have certain timings to avoid. Okay, if you go to HDB and you see a car that's charging at maybe 6:37 p.m., don't bother waiting for them to leave and then you can take over, because these people typically charge overnight. Likewise, if you go to an office building and you see at maybe 9:30 a.m. there's someone charging at the AC charger, don't bother waiting, because they probably parked there for the entire day. Because like I said, AC chargers are slow charging and they're meant to be charged over a long time. So sometimes at DC chargers, if they're used, yes, you would want to wait, because DC chargers, people typically don't charge their car there for too long. But if it's AC, at certain timings, you might not want to wait for AC chargers. Tesla cars can use non-Tesla chargers, but non-Tesla cars cannot use Tesla chargers. Unfortunately, that's how the way it works now. But in the future, what I think Elon Musk said it. I'm not sure. He might have said it, he might not have. But I think he will open up. I'm pretty confident that he will open up Tesla chargers to non-Tesla cars as well. Okay, so non-Blue SG cars can also use Blue SG chargers. Okay, there's a $20 annual fee, $1 an hour for the first 3 hours, and $2 per hour subsequently. You can read more about it on their website. I will leave a link in the description on their $20 annual fee subscription that you have to pay. Okay, next, the chances of you reaching a charging station that is fully used is 2 out of 26 times. This is my particular statistic. In the past 1 month that I've been driving, out of the 26 times that I've charged, only 2 of them were fully used. So that means I had to drive to another station. So people who think that I don't want to go lah, there are so few chargers and so many EV cars, so that's BS. Okay, I've charged the car so many times, 26 different. I charge almost on a daily basis because I go to malls here and there, and rarely are they fully charged. Rarely are they fully used. So rest assured, it's not going to be as crowded as you would think. Okay, it's totally okay to charge your car daily. Okay, few percent each time, maybe 6% today, 17% tomorrow. It's perfectly okay. You think about it, people who live in landed, they charge every single day. So anyway, I've clarified with my SA, with a few manufacturers. They say it's okay to charge your car every day. There's no hard and fast rule. It's not gonna spoil the battery, like how you charge your phones every day, right? Next, keep your battery between 10 to 90% as much as possible, because it just preserves the lifespan. Same for a lot of other electrical devices that operate on batteries. Some manufacturers don't recommend DC charging too often because it heats up the car, and it heats up the car faster than the AC charger would, because AC is slow charging, DC is fast charging. But different manufacturers have different opinions. So Tesla recommends DC charging once a month. So some don't, some do. Take it with a pinch of salt. I personally don't really care. If I need to really charge my car quickly, I'm just gonna go to a DC charger. Next, don't leave your car till you confirm it's charging, okay? Wait until it's green light, not yellow, okay? Because if it's yellow, it means it's still not charging yet. It's still initiating the charging process. So make sure it's green, then you leave. Don't worry about staying in your car with your aircon on, okay? It doesn't drain as much battery as you think. So you can't drive off with the cable in. So don't worry about, oh, what if I forget to take out the cable and I just drive off and it rips the whole station with me? I've thought about it. So I've actually went to try putting my car into drive mode. You can't. Okay, so at least for my car, there's a safety feature. I'm pretty sure, 99% sure, all EV car manufacturers will put this safety feature in as well. Okay, so next, EV owners are all very, very friendly. Okay, you tend to small talk at charging stations. When I see EV owners at charging stations, I always give them a nod. You know, if we are both waiting for our cars to be fully charged, you know, which is seldom the case. Like I say, I'm usually out running errands. The moment I get back, I'm done. But on the off chance I'm there waiting and another, you know, owner is waiting, you tend to strike up a conversation and you talk. So just say hi to the EV owners that you see. They're all very, very friendly. Next, AC charging is cheaper than DC charging, but only if it's within the same brand. I'll give you an example. Okay, let's say for SP Group. SP Group AC charging is 59.4 cents per kilowatt hour. Okay, DC charging is 64.8 cents per kilowatt hour. Okay, this is for SP Group. But if you look at Charge Plus, okay, Charge Plus AC charging is 52.38 cents per kilowatt hour. Okay, but DC charging in Charge Plus is only 55.45 cents per kilowatt hour. So DC charging in Charge Plus is actually even cheaper than AC charging in SP Group. Okay, and the last tip of the day is to really go and raise all the eyes. Okay, I'm totally joking. Okay, I don't condone reckless driving. This is just a joke because I couldn't think of the 20th tip. I don't want to leave with 19 tips and tricks, right? It's just a weird number to stop at. So I couldn't think of a 20th one, so just decided to put this in. Anyway, yeah, so that essentially sums it up. Oh, I really need to rush and end this video because I feel like it's going to be 22, 23 minutes long. Okay, but oh, thank God. Okay, so it's the end of the video. I'm just going to end it right here in case it's too long for you guys. Okay, so now that we have come to the end of the video, I hope this guide serves you well, especially how we're moving towards the EV space in Singapore, and EV adoption is an inevitable thing. So I really hope this guide helps people. If you guys have any other questions that I might not have covered, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I will reply to them ASAP. And if you have not, please like and subscribe, and the bell icon. I know all the YouTubers always say, right, oh, press the bell icon so you will not, I can't remember what they say, but yeah, press the bell icon so you will get notified, okay, whenever I post a video. Okay, anyway, that being said, I'll just end the video here. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys in the next video.